Hello everyone and welcome back. So this video obviously will be a little different. I figure since I am uploading kind of another infantry video this day, I have a little time to maybe do something a little different, and obviously this is a naval battle. I don't really do these for two reasons. One, I've just never liked navies in anything. I've always just thought, why dick around on the sea when there's land to be taken? I've always felt like they're a waste. The only time I ever build them is just ferry troops across the water. And so I just never do them. But I really want to unlock the ninjas, because I still haven't done that even, because I don't have the sea lanes to it. I've only done a couple naval battles on a team, so this is my first ever solo naval battle. So it's going to be pretty rough, but we'll have a look anyway. Let's see, so I guess we'll look at the setups. What did I even bring? What are these called? I have 2 Sengoku bunes, 2 Otaka bunes, my general right here, Nihon Maru, and then 2 cannon bunes over here way on the other side. Oh yeah, also while I don't do videos on them, even though I've done a couple naval battles, they're just so slow in this game. They take forever, and then ships rout, and then it takes forever to come back, and you know, whatever. Anyway, this guy's set up. Here's this general over here. Then he's got a heavy bune, a siege tower bune, 2 cannon bunes, and 3 Otaka bunes. So, okay, I know like very little about naval battles. I'm sure pretty much everybody who is subscribed to this channel is watching this video right now knows more than I do about naval battles. So I just never do them. So what I thought, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my 2 cannon bunes, you know, one on each side to kind of like pincer them, and the Nihon Maru will run up in front and tank, and then I'll try and like, I was going to try and like board their cannon bunes. Apparently you can't do that. So the Sengoku bunes are going to be towards the front, and the Otaka bunes would be a little more freelancer and just kind of go wherever they're needed. So most of this battle will be on like triple speed, just because these naval battles just take forever. So for some reason my units just started moving right when I hit, you know, the battle started. So like I had to like reform them. I couldn't move them in groups, couldn't figure out how to, couldn't really keep formations or anything, so I had to do everything individually. Now, being typical Shogun Total War, this guy's just going to kind of camp on his side of the water and just sit here with his cannon bunes in the little position and just wait for me. So it was up to me to attack. So great. My first ever naval battle all alone, and I got to make all the moves. But so I was a little sloppy at first. I was just trying to get people, like, I couldn't set the formations very well, so my people got all screwed up. I meant to send the Sengoku bunes in first to try and maybe take some shots for everybody else, but everything got all mucked up, and now this one's going up ahead of everybody else. And so he's just going to get laid into by the cannon bunes, and go back to quadruple speed here. It's quadruple, I know. People keep pointing that out to me, and like, I know it's quadruple speed, but I think like normal, double, triple, so I always say triple speed, but yeah, it is quadruple technically, sue me. So here comes the Sengoku bune, back to quadruple speed. And there we go, first shot from the cannons, and he's just going to get wasted. See all those dudes get thrown into the water. They're really bad quality because I have everything on low because I'm on my laptop, but you can see the dudes flailing around in the water. They just get, this Sengoku bune, I think it gets shattered. Now, ships don't shatter very easily. They rout a lot, and then they come back, and then they rout, and then they come back, and then they rout. So when they shatter, they actually just surrender, and the boat hull just sits there in the water, and it's like a rock or like an island or something. So they're going to go way ahead. This one's going to get routed. I think he surrenders here in a second, too. This one is where I'm trying to pull him back, try and keep him with the main body, and everything's just like really disorganized, because I'm just bad at it. I'm trying to set up my cannon bune, but maneuvering your ships is hard and setting them up in the way you want them to go. So I'm trying to get my cannon bune to get a nice little shot here. So being the attacker, you know, it's pretty easy to camp in naval battles, because you can set your cannon bunes up, and then while it takes forever for them to get theirs into position, yours are already in position. You can just lay into them. So I take some early shots. Yeah, one Sengoku bune has surrendered. It's gone. This one is routing. I think he's going to be basically gone too. We'll go back to triple speed. But my cannon bunes have started shooting, and luckily they're going to shoot right at the cannon bunes. I don't think they killed anybody. Did some damage though. My general's also going to start getting shot by the cannon bune, so that was really bad. My general never really did anything this battle because he was just constantly routing. I mean, look at that. He's already going to start wavering. I'm in big trouble here. Let's see, my Sengoku bune has returned. He's wavering, but I'm just trying to get my ships back in order. Luckily, my cannon bunes are taking some nice shots at him. This one's already wavering. I took out one of his cannons. But I got a siege tower bune that's routing over here, too, so I'm doing some good damage here early. The cannon volleys. I got my cannon bune in a nice spot to be hitting his. That's the important thing in these naval battles. Cannon bunes are really, really good. You want to take them out. I think the only reason I really won this battle is I managed to outmuscle him. I don't know why he didn't bring a Nihon Maru. Maybe he didn't have one. He was rank 7. I assumed he would have one by then, but I think it was just having that Nihon Maru who's eventually going to get out there and start taking, because those things are beasts. And I did a lot of damage to his cannon bunes, which is the only thing that can really take down a Nihon Maru. But meanwhile, he's going to get some nice shots into my cannon bunes, who now have 6 cannons left and lost about half their men. So not looking good for that one. This one's still good, though. I'm just trying to maneuver them, as you can see. The cannons are all on the side of the ship, so you have to broadside them. So it's really hard to maneuver them, and it's, like, even just moving the mouse is really hard. But my Ootaka bunes have, at least one of them has almost reached the enemy. This one's kind of lagging behind. And so I'm just going to try and board whatever ship I can with these guys, because I didn't know anything about the ships, really, when I went into them. But these ones are mostly good for boarding. They have 100 people that can board and 60 archers, so they're pretty all around. They're the second most expensive ship, probably for that reason. But one good thing about me taking all those shots was they cleared the way for my heavy ships, like my Nihon Maru and the Otaka Bune. Let's see. Yep, my cannon bune has surrendered, so I'm down a cannon bune. That's not good for me early on. But this one's still getting off some good shots. He has one that's routed too. Probably will come back, because you can't count on ships routing in naval battles, because they will come back. Never trust them if they're routing. You got to get them to surrender. But he's going to walk right into the Nihon Maru, who's going to be able to get some nice shots off. Nihon Maru has 200 infantrymen and 80 archers, so just a tank of a ship that can take a lot of damage and deal a lot of damage too. They're really good tanks, but they can be overwhelmed, so you have to be careful still. So that's what he's doing. I'm trying to do as much damage to the cannon bune as I can, because those are the big ones. If you lose your cannon bunes and the enemy still has theirs, you have a big obstacle there to winning the battle. So this Otaka Bune is going to just take a lot of damage, trying to tank, trying to get my cannon bune, and I'm going to get them as close as possible so it will be as accurate as possible. But cannon bunes are really accurate as it is. You don't really need them to be that close. They can snipe from pretty far away. But I was just trying to get them the best shot possible. Figured I might as well. But this Otaka Bune is tanking pretty well. The archers aren't killing too many. I've lost about half my archers, but I've only lost a couple infantrymen, so I'm still good for boarding if I decide to do that, which I probably will have to. There's a heavy bune there, an Otaka bune there. I probably should have ganged up on this side, seeing as how his 2 cannon bunes are over here. I should have had the Nihon Maru go kill the cannon bunes, and then the Otaka bune board this heavy bune, instead of walking in here and just getting molested like he did by these 4 ships. Doing a good job protecting his admiral there. My admiral was just routing this whole battle. I don't know why. So he was never really that useful. But now my Nihon Maru is in a good position to start shooting on this heavy bune. He's lost most of his archers. So actually, I wouldn't really need to board that one. If I can kill all of his archers, I can just make sure it doesn't board me, and I'll be good to go. So there goes my Nihon Maru chasing off the cannon bune. This one's still routing, so I just got to kill this cannon bune. That's the thing, I think what I was trying to do there. I did get over here and managed to link him in close for some boarding action. But with all those arrows being fired from the other ships, it's just not going to happen. I still had 80 men left for boarding action. That's still good, though he has a full complement, so I'm probably going to lose there. His general gets off the good war cry. See, look at him wavering here. I don't know why he was such a wuss. It's my freaking general, for God's sake. But anyway, good thing here, my cannon bune is just able to tear into these ships. I mean, look how close he is. Easy shots right into the side of these ships. In fact, this one is sinking, it says. So this one is going to be out of action shortly. It'll surrender once it sinks. It won't sink all the way, but it'll be out here soon. But my Otaka bune right here is wavering. Still has half its men though. It's just good for tanking. I just need to buy time for my cannon bune to just lay into the enemy. Still wavering there. He'll rout soon. I kind of got things all mucked up here trying to, because my cannon bune just kept shooting into this ship that was useless, and you can't really order them individually, I don't think. So that was really hard. Meanwhile, his cannon bune is still routing, but this one's getting into a nice position. I brought my Nihon Maru back to support the Otaka bune. What I should have done is just kept chasing the cannon bune and get him out of action. But I didn't. Now, it says in the tooltips, I think that cannon bunes are susceptible to boarding, but then in the tooltip, like in the game, you can't board them. And it says this ship physically cannot be boarded, so I don't know what's up with that. Just sloppy writing or something. But my cannon bune is just able to tear into these guys. Yeah, this one's routing, but he kept shooting at him. I wanted to tell him to shoot this Otaka bune right here, but you can't really order him. See, there he goes, shooting into this one that's already routing. Didn't need to worry about that one, though. Let's see what's going on here with the board. Yeah, this boarding action is failing miserably. Only 48 men left on this ship. The enemy ship still has 83 infantry and 24 bows. But luckily the Nihon Maru is going to come up soon and get a nice little shooting angle into here. I got my hooks into him, so I'm going to try and board this Admiral Bune and try and get him out of the battle, and hopefully his ships will rout a little easier. But meanwhile, there goes my Otaka Bune. But this was the problem. These two ships right here are going to, like, rout. This one's surrendering too. Yeah, he's gone. So it's just going to muck everything up and make things hard to move. And one of his Otaka Bunes is going to come and pressure my Cannon Bune. In fact, do I have another cannon? Or did he? Yeah, he surrendered. So this is my only Cannon Bune, and I need to protect him. But he is taking some good shots into the rears of these Otaka Bunes. Meanwhile, we'll check back here. See what I mean? Like, they rout, and then they come all the way over here, and now he's just wavering, so he has to come all the way back over here. It just takes forever. And I think, like, if you just played battles on double speed, that'd probably be ideal, or even triple speed, just because it takes forever for these ships to do anything. But his Cannon Bune is now shooting at mine, too. If he would have pressed me right there with the Cannon Bune, he could have probably taken out mine, and I would have been in a real predicament. All I would really have left is the Nihon Maru, who, granted, is still in really great shape. But this Admiral Heavy Bune is losing a lot of its archers, down to about half strength for his archers. Hopefully my Nihon Maru can win there. Boarding action didn't work. It's kind of buggy, I think. Ooh, look at that nice little broadside, down to 16 archers there. There we go. Looks like the archers are in the rear of the Nihon Maru, so you want to try and angle it so the rear of the Nihon Maru has the best shooting angle. There I go, setting the clips in it again, trying to board him. But I think this sunk ship screwed it up, and it couldn't get into position. I think that's why I couldn't board it. Meanwhile, this Otaka Bune is going to come. He has rallied, so he'll come and try and support the Nihon Maru, but it wouldn't really matter because he has no archers, and you can only have one ship board another at a time. So my Nihon Maru is going to break off, and the Otaka Bune is going to try and board the Admiral. Meanwhile, my Cannon Bune is kind of chasing off these guys and trying to get some good shots into him. He's routing. I'm going to reform him and just try and shoot into these ships over here, maybe get him to rout or do some damage to his Cannon Bune. This Otaka Bune is going to come to try and harass these ships as well. Meanwhile, my general's ship has boarded this Otaka Bune. Oh yes, also, this side of the Cannon Bune will be able to shoot into the Otaka Bune. So I'll put it back on triple speed here for just a second until some ships get into position. Meanwhile, it looks like the Nihon Maru has routed this ship. Yeah, he's routing, so who knows if he'll be back or not. Let's see, Otaka Bune is going to move over to support. So yeah, there we go. Nice shot there from the Cannon Bune going right into the Otaka Bune. Actually, he's surrendered. This Otaka Bune has surrendered, so won the battle there. Nothing to worry about. Now all he has left is this stuff over here. But this Heavy Bune has rallied, and I think I was going to try and board him soon. Yeah, I got the hooks in him there. It's 55 versus 48, so hopefully, I'm hoping my men are a little more experienced on the Otaka Bune, and will be able to win even with a slight numbers disadvantage. But that's when my Nihon Maru is going to come and support this Otaka Bune, who's getting hammered pretty hard, but he still has her boarding party in pretty good shape. Still has 84 men left, so I'm going to try and board one of these ships and finish it off. This one's wavering here. Cannon Bune, in the meantime, has moved up, and so it's going to get some nice shots into my Cannon Bune, who's lost 3 of its cannons, so it only has 5 left and about half of its men. This one's only lost 1 of its cannons and still has most of its men, but there he goes, he routed for some reason. Must be too far away from the general or something. So he routed. Lucky for me there. If his Cannon Bune had not routed, that could have been big trouble. Maybe the Nihon Maru scared it. Not quite sure. I don't know how the morale works in naval battles, so can't put much insight in there. Yep, there's my general routing for no reason. I don't get it. I kept spamming encourage fleet. I don't know why my general kept routing. It was insane. He's in good numbers too. Look, he has over half of his boarding party and half of his bows. He's still in good shape. I don't know why he'd be routing. Let's see. That's the Admiral. Yep, I'm trying to board him. The boarding is a little wonky still, but now I have open water. There's nothing blocking it. So hopefully I'll get a good boarding action. There they go, preparing their little grappling hooks to start the boarding action. I guess we can kind of watch it cinematically. I don't think anything really important is going on over here. Oh, they're all routed. Yes, they have all routed. So if I can just rout... Oh, this one, but the Cannon Bune is back. So if I can just rout these ships simultaneously, I can win the battle. But here comes my boarding party over to the Admiral. So probably won't. I'd imagine there are more elite troops on the Admiral Bune, so I doubt I'm going to win this one. But if I can just make him rout at least, maybe I can just scare him into routing if this Admiral is coming over here. He is routing, but maybe it'll scare him enough just to make him rout. Let's look at the numbers. Yeah, I'm definitely losing the infantry battle on the Bune. But if I can just get him to rout, that's all that matters. Though unfortunately his morale is still in good shape, as you can see there, still in the green. Another ship has rallied again over here. My Otake Bune is still in great shape, so he'll be able to take out this heavy Bune no problem. Still has 30 archers compared to this one's 11, and about 20 more men in the boarding party than in this one, so if I can get a good board off, that one will be gone. Not worried about him. Cannon Bune is routed for some reason, probably just took a shot from my Cannon Bune and said screw it and decided to rout. But both of my ships routed over here, and that's bad because I need to finish this battle quickly before his Cannon Bune routes. He still has 6 cannons left on this Cannon Bune, and it'd be possible for him to get some good shots into me and maybe still pull this battle out. Though I still do have the Nihon Maru, who's in great shape with 186 men in the boarding party out of 200 and 74 out of 80 archers. So he's still in great shape. Over here, the boarding action has started. So since not much is going on, let's take a look at the boarding party here and get a good angle. And yep, there we go. Hopping onto the ship and just try and take him out. Do this so let's see the numbers. He has 54 men in the infantry and 10 archers compared to my 70 boarding party and 20 archers who are rapidly dying. There's a little captain there, see him. Let's just take a look. Pretty confusing, I guess, but looks like I'm doing a good job slaughtering his dudes. Though it says ship winning decisively. And we're wavering. Oh, we routed. Yeah, there goes my Otake Bune. It looked like we had a pretty sure win there, but looks like we're routing. So, no luck there. But fortunately, my Cannon Bune has not routed, and we'll be able to just broadside right into this the side of the heavy Bune. Hopefully get him to rout. Let's see, I only have 5 cannons. Not sure how many are on each side. I think that was the weak side. I only saw 2 cannons fire that time. So, not ideal, but this battle I pretty much won, so I'd take it. Meanwhile, my Nihon Maru is chasing off the Admiral. My Otake Bune has rallied, and he'll be back too. So it's 3 ships to 3. The Cannon Bune is back, so still a winnable battle here for either side. I still have the Nihon Maru, which is a big advantage for me, but with a Cannon Bune, he could turn that around. But his heavy Bune has been locked in. There we go, he surrendered actually, so he's gone. Heavy Bune is gone, so my Cannon Bune, there goes my Otake Bune is back too. Just make up your mind, jeez. Cannon Bune is coming back to cut off this Cannon Bune. Don't want him to be shooting into my troops. And I'm going to try and just pincer his general, cut him off with the Otake Bune. I'll go back to triple speed. I'm just going to cut him off with the Cannon Bune and try and pin him down for my Nihon Maru. Let's take a quick look back. Yeah, my Cannon Bune's got a nice angle here on the returning Cannon Bune. And we're going to take some shots, try to get a rout. But my guy is wavering too. So, never know. But he's back. Not sure why. I must have gotten encouraged by the Otake Bune. But he routed again, so his Cannon Bune is gone now. Now I got to hurry and finish off his general before his units regroup. So back to triple speed. Just need to cut this guy off. I have 4 ships to his 1. We'll just see. Looks like he stopped here. Maybe just to make a last stand, or maybe there's something with the boarding that makes him stop, but I don't really know. So what I was going to do here is the Otake Bune is going to come on one side and board them. Yeah, I got my hook in him. I guess that might be why he stopped. And the Nihon Maru is going to pull up beside him and support him with infantry fire. Or archers, whoa, missile fire, whatever you want to call it. So still have 74 archers here on this ship, so we're going to get some nice little angle here and just pour into him. He has 26 men and 1 archer, so it may sound like archers aren't really men. I guess it's true, isn't it? Yeah, 17, 16, 15. Surrendered. There we go. Battle's over. It didn't look so good for me in the beginning. I lost 1 Cannon Bune so early. It looked really bad, but he didn't prioritize my Nihon Maru. And in naval battles, it's hard to say like advantages and disadvantages because it's pretty much like in big battles, this was a large size. He was rank 7. So it's basically like you bring a Nihon Maru and 2 Cannon Bunes and then a bunch of big ships, and then you try and outmaneuver each other. So in that sense, it's a little more pure, you know. There's pretty straight setups. I don't know why he didn't take a Nihon Maru, but whatever. I won. Didn't prioritize very well, and I was able to kind of just muscle my way out of that one. Got pretty lucky. So thanks for watching.